The Ricky is fine, but CM not so much.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, very interesting to see how the early game plays out.
Non-negotiable twin pair from Jakiro. You need to go 1-1-4. You got to help your team. Because with Jakiro Tiny, that is some amount of tower pressure, right? Like, it's not safe, but it'll do the damage.
Yeah. I mean, if it's 1-4-1 Jakiro, I'm leaving the game.
Even in games where you don't need the tower pressure, it just hasn't looked good. So yeah, I'm very excited to see that. I really want to see this Razor do well. I have a lot of hope for Razors on pause 1. I think the hero is definitely slightly undervalued. He's not broken, but I think he's got his good spots. This is one of the weirder ones though, because like, look at Ricky and Ember. Like, these are unlinkable targets.
Right. But I'm with you. I like the Ember. I feel like it has been a while since we've seen it in meta, right? It's ever since Amar stopped playing it, I don't think anyone has been really.
No, not really. I mean, honestly, on that team when Crystallis was also on Power, and it seems like they could flex it around a lot. We saw it a little bit more, but overall, you also don't pick it very much into the Beastmaster, just because Beastmaster Roar seemed like it could be for you. In this current iteration of Beastmaster, I don't think that's the case anymore. You do need to have this Roar for like specifically a kill. It can't just be to stop a Razor from BKB linking.
Yeah, I mean, I think in theory the Razor should be really good into Beast because you are constantly gonna be fed stick charges. The Plasma is amazing at killing the Boar and the Hawk.
Yes. Yep.
And then if you don't have Boar or Hawk, then you're not really protecting yourself against a Link either. So.
Yep.
I think it has potential to really pop off in this lane, but we'll see.
Agreed.
Obviously,
the lane should be really good.
Yeah.
Unless you miss this wave.
Look at that plasma.
Looks like they won't. There we go. I mean, Jakiro too. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that he still went for the Q first. Yeah, I think this is the issue. When you go Q first on Jakiro, it's not a bad spell, but you do risk the lane getting unnecessarily pushed down and maybe losing some creeps. He's taken. That is a blood grenade already.
They got him, I think.
But the Boar, it might slow him down. 5 seconds. Hover over the range. Is it enough? One more. Oh, he gets the kill. It's first blood going to 23 Savage.
I mean, they all had to spend, or both of them had to spend all their mana, but of course you take it when you're going to be fed stick charges later on anyway, right? So first blood is a first blood. Unfortunate.
There's a lot.
Vitaly there, yeah.
Vitaly, it's I mean, I think his game is pretty straightforward though. I mean, we have a single Roar. Who do you use it on? You're using it on Razor. I think the only difference now is that you're not using it to kite away. You do need to try to kill in the midst of this Roar. So they're gonna have to figure that out. Like, where is that subsequent damage coming from? Especially if the lane continues to go like this. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? Not only does Razor have a good game, but also if you pressure this Beastmaster away, he doesn't get the stacks that he's able to take. Like, his game is so pushed back versus this aggressive Razor or Sand King Tiny that can maybe run you down.
It also removes a lot of the power of Nature's Prophet if Beast is pushed out of the lane, right? You want to abuse his TPs in the early game. Easy dodge.
But I've learned from some other Jakiro players on level. If you're only casting one spell, right? Like you're only hitting people with one thing, then you use your Liquid Fire.
Yeah.
If you're not comboing Liquid Frost with your Dual Breath, it's actually just better to use the Liquid Fire so you can trade with them better, since Liquid Frost is all about the tick damage on other damage.
Exactly. Doesn't remove. I mean, when you're just trading with somebody as well, it's that attack speed.
Yeah.
It's way better for trading.
So I wonder what the full laning build is going to be for the Razor. I've actually been someone who does like the Falcon Blade, but it's a lot of investment. Yeah, I like Null Treads even more.
Yeah, Null seems better, right? I think. I mean, I haven't been a fan of how.
Damage.
Yeah, like Falcon Blade is chill, but
it's a lot. It's a lot of gold.
A lot of gold, yeah, exactly. And Null gives you almost the same in terms of mana, and you just don't want to slow down your later timings.
It gives you the base like +1 mana regen, plus a little bit that you get already from just the raw int. Whereas Falcon Blade, it does give you 1.8, so like it's a little bit more. But like for double the cost and like and other things that Razor doesn't need, a lot of the times Razor doesn't need the extra health. He doesn't need the extra damage. That's what Link is for. So just getting treads and getting closer and closer to this Manta BKB is much better. Dude, Mikoto is... I mean, I know it's favored for him, but I've seen him get so many denies right in the face of Pippi, and there they get the kill bot side, maybe even getting
Double?
WS as well. He wants to deny the clap. It's not enough. Yadomi picks up the kill. A nice double down here for Edge.
Very nice. I mean, the Prophet is so hard to play against. If you're the Sand King, you just don't have anything, right, to deal with him.
Yeah.
Can't really close the gap, and he's just constantly gonna be hitting you while you're in the sandstorm based on the range that you have. So,
Yeah.
nice double kill there, leveraging the Prophet. They desperately needed this because considering like top lane is going so poorly already for them.
Yeah, no, very good point. Very good point, PTP. So he went 2-1-1. I've actually seen a lot of 2-2-0. Do you like the value point here in the E? I guess it's just because of all the units hitting him. I guess, maybe.
I guess so.
Huh. Yeah, like, so that's only 22 damage, right? Give that another Link level. It's a lot more for pressure. Huh.
I guess you want the Storm Surge
No?
later on,
Yeah, later on.
but I don't know. Do you need a Link that much when you're already dominating? Actually, it's a good question.
That's a good point. Yeah, if he thinks he's already going to win the lane, then like the threat of the Link level is more important than the Link something. I don't know. Either way, if he comes out of this lane with a big win and he already has points going, that's going to help out his farm a lot. Since Storm Surge definitely helps you farm way more than a Link does, right? Because that's only on heroes.
Definitely.
Pull that back. So far, though, the Beastmaster's hurting. So regardless of whether or not there's another Link level, maybe he's just expecting this guy to not come back to lane. Because, Lord, I wouldn't. If I'm getting bot in on the CS like this, I'm looking at my support like, please tell me there are stacks all ready to go. I don't want to be here anymore.
But then you look at your support and he's a Ricky and it's like, ah, shit, there's no stack.
I don't want to be here either.
Oh, nice job from Furin here.
Oh,
that is actually... I didn't consider that, but that is actually a big deal against Sand King. I mean, you would never go for the small treants, right, on Prophet, but
no,
imagine if you did, you would have been able to block all the scams.
True, yeah. I don't think you even do that versus like Klinxes and Chens. Even then, it's just like too good sometimes to have that extra damage or push somewhere else on the map. So far, he's popping off on the CS right now. 40 already for both of our carries here. And Mikoto, we've seen the mid-tiny struggle a little bit, but this seems like a lane where he's doing perfectly fine. Maybe we're going to see a well-timed Blink Dagger and, boy, into a Ricky CM. Those are killable targets if you have the vision.
Yeah, those are some easy fish to catch. And I wonder what his build is going to be, because we've seen a lot of the utility tiny with the Yules, etc. I wonder if it's going to be the same story for Mikoto here, or why they feel more confident than other teams in just committing to the tiny.
There's been a lot of utility tiny, right? Like the days of phylactery tiny are well behind us.
Yeah.
Really nice shot on the sacking. You can actually see there a little bit. He ran all the way towards the edge of the right side of the map there, since these creeps will follow you no matter what. If you run right to the Wisdom after you aggro that far camp, it'll actually block the near camp and you only get one stack.
Yep. Always important to know your stacks as a support, and obviously, especially when you have a Sanky and everything.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
nice
we can't do anything.
Unlinkable target, and that's why he is 3-1-1, because honestly, he's only used it, what, like twice since getting the second point, and it's not like you're missing out on that much damage, so like really good heads up play there from 21 Savage, knowing exactly what he needs. 23 Savage.
It's like pretty hard to rotate to this lane when the beast is already such low level, right? Oh shit, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, this could be good. The box is used. That won't get used for too long though. Ricky Shard eventually will put that to rest, but for now, getting a nice kill there. Is Ricky the premier counter to Rainmaster?
I mean, I guess it's good, right? When you pick up the shard later, you can't box people.
Yeah.
Koda has a haste, though. This is scary. Yadomi. You don't want to go close to this rock, my friend.
Oh, he's already on a ward. Kodo. There it is. It's done. Avalanche. Hit him. He did get hit by the knife, though. A little bit more damage. At this point, it's almost space. Dude, he's fast.
That tree grab killed him from like a quarter of his HP or something.
It was a lot. CM is notably like no armor unless you're in your ulti, and even then, that doesn't really protect you that much.
Whenever I see CM, I'm like, why would you want to be Crystal Maiden when there's like Warlock?
Right, sometimes you're forced into
Shaman. Yeah.
You never really want to be the Crystal Maiden. It's like you have to.
Oh no, Michael.
It could die here. Another Avatar. Mikoto getting a lot done without the Blink Dagger. This has been really important for Tinies to get this early timing. If you're only waiting for the Blink before you make moves, it's too late. There are too many items you can get in supports with Wisdoms and all these bounty runes around.
And they're pressuring the objectives and contesting the stacks. And you also mentioned that Ricky CM into Tiny. I mean, so far, every time they've encountered him, they just die without casting anything, pretty much.
You don't let him get level 6, you never have to buy dust.
That is true. If you de-dust the enemies, then win.
Amen. It looks like, well, who did get the wisdom? It was... Oh, it was Michael. Let me make sure you got it, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is scary.
Might have gotten too close. Doesn't have the whoopee cushion for a bit here. All right, Pepe doesn't feel good enough. I mean, he has 3 remnants.
Just a bit low on the mana there, so if he committed, he would have been... It would have been hard to get out, basically.
Mm-hmm. How can he be low on mana when he has a Crystal Maiden Dust? Oh, Roar. Already used, comboing that up there with the Nature's Prophet ulti. But honestly, Cuckoo, he's living for a while after that. I did not think they had some survivability.
That's a regen, but...
He does, but here comes the Razor. Oh, getting sprouted and silenced. No. Is this a death sentence for 23? It is!
They gotta get
Michael getting the kill. Now chasing after this Tiny. He tries to get one more avalanche. No, he won't get it, Pippi. He's just dancing on them right now, and Talon all but throwing away their really early lane lead. Oh my god.
Bruh, Pyke is so fat now. That's huge. I mean, that they need so much XP.
Oh my lord, yeah.
Same with PP. I mean, this is a really fast Maelstrom. Is gonna be even faster than Mjolnir.
Oh my lord.
Just the formation of Talon is just off here, right? Cuckoo going in first, just getting picked off completely. They need to use this Tiny to frontline.
Oh no.
If they do that, it's gonna look way different.
In this current iteration, and as a Razor who needs to stay on top of people to get the links, I know he didn't really put many levels into it, but you need a Quelling Blade.
That's
like, knowing that Nature's Prophets now are maxing this Q sometimes, like you have to be prepared for that. So, it's really rough. It's way more valuable than even raindrops sitting in your inventory.
Yeah, for sure. You can't really drop it throughout the whole game.
Oh, Burrow Epi, and they hit him with the tip too. That is so crushing. Your pause forward tips you as you get Burrow Epi'd in your lane. Man, that's cold.
Are they gonna pressure the tower on Talon? Doesn't seem like it. They just want to focus on the blink. It's really close right now.
This is the time where I'm okay with farming it up. He's gonna get himself 2 bounties as well. Just fresh off the block, so yeah, Blink coming on courier for him. 12 minutes, this is one of the faster ones we've seen, even from mid-Tiny.
See what they're gonna do with it. I would really like them to go for a similar play, kill the Ember once more, and then go for the tower. Like, that's the key. Always go for tower smokes. That's what we're gonna see.
Get objectives off of kills. The litmus test for how strong your lineup actually is.
They're gonna go for a smoke on their own, on edge, actually.
Was that on a ward, or is that just a sentry there?
Just a sentry. They're gonna find Savage with the Ricky here. But Mikoto is on his way. The timing is super crucial here.
Going on him, have the silence plus the root now. Not able to get anything to get himself away from this one. Avatar, the damage coming through. He even gets boxed up for a second. The damage surely is here. The slide, finally they'll take him down. You don't be picking up the kill, but you've brought so many people over here to lose the support, barely getting the kill on the Razor. Now you may lose your mid laner again. Peppy going down. Second time in a row, but Michael, oh, the flight of the courier. Worth?
I mean, nice job by Edge getting that initial kill onto Savage. I mean, there was no way they could have known that Tiny and the rest of the guys was going to be ready. But I have to say, wasn't PP a bit greedy there? He had remnants for such a long time. Well, I felt like there was a chance he could get out.
Sometimes it's hard to leverage that. You really wanted the kills. I mean, look at this Avatos, though. Avatos plus the Plasma Field at level 4, that was... Oh my god, so much damage. And then, the Link actually kept him alive for a little bit longer.
Felt like if you use a Remnants, you might have a chance here. So.
Surely, yeah. Even just one to
I guess it's hard.
Right?
I guess it's hard in a way. You've got a Sanking Dagger and Tiny Dagger, so there's a lot of reach. Now they go for another smoke. Oh, nice break from Michael.
Somebody's around, and like a good mid laner, he buys the dust. Gets the initiation once again. This time it is Burrow Epi on Michael, but Yudomi, he's holding the follow through. Gets a good amount of damage done. And he comes back on the chase. I don't know if he can continue. But WS, he's got to get away.
Oof. Michael did a good job tanking that, actually. He has the Vitality booster, so he's surprisingly tanky, but they weren't able to connect PP to the play, and then Talon gets to escape freely.
I'm a little surprised. What's the value of Atos over Diffusal? It feels like Diffusal is more reliable catch that can't be like dodged, right?
On Riki,
it's the effect that lasts for a while. Yeah.
I just think the upside of Atos is it makes you really tanky.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So you can do what you just did. You're better at breaking smokes essentially. If you're a Diffusal Riki, you're kind of gonna be like a support killer, which means you're probably not scouting for your team, and I think similar to Slark, it's much of the appeal of having a Riki support to be the information guy.
I like him.
So Ags finished for Vitaly. This is a pretty good timing.
This is more home for what I see Vitaly play. Like we've seen him play the TB and it looked kind of lackluster. This is where I more imagine him being your Slarks, your Marses. Yeah, dude, Pike already with the Mjolnir, by the way. I just think it's some really nice item timings. They
should just put the Mjolnir onto Vitaly or the PP every single fight and just send them in.
That's true. Yeah. It's, it can almost work for like targeting though, right? As a carry, you usually look for like, okay, which one of my players is like most out of position that you like, I don't want them to hit you anymore. So you hit him with the Mjolnir. So as the other team, whoever you see get the Mjolnir, like, kill that guy, he must be out of position or something, because the carry thinks he's way out.
Aurora should do that with Kiyotaka. Just Mjolnir him.
Just always give it to him. The Storm Spirit who jumps onto the tier 4s or something. Give him a Mjolnir. It's really nice timing for him. I mean, he is just going to farm all over the map. And this is without going max and teleport. Like, I know that Sprout has been very common, but with max teleport, you're much easier to get across the whole map to get multiple ancient creeps out of the way. So he's top farm and probably like one of the lower efficiency builds you can do right now in terms of farm.
Edge really trying to make this happen. Are they going to go for the dive?
They are.
Risky. They're baiting a lot of TPs though. If they can get out, it's not so bad for them.
Razor is moving forward, but the Atos, there it is. Still no Dispel on 23 side. That gets rooted up again. Now he gets roared. Somebody save this guy. They're finally going to give him the box and toss him out of there. 23 Savage is priority 1 for his team, but now the rest of them still caught behind the smoke clouds. WS finally going in with a Burrow empty. Unfortunately, though, that is just a support. You've used a lot of your kit. Do they re-engage on Edge?
I don't think so. Oh,
the answer is maybe we shouldn't have. Does get one more slide off if he does get the jump away. And now, yeah, this is a huge choke point. Really good for the Jakiro, but 23 Savage getting the link. It doesn't matter at all. Pike is way too far. I'm giving another one here. No, Pippi's the one to pick up the kill. It is a double for 2 heroes here on Edge. They cracked this game wide open.
Well, nicely done there, actually, by Edge. Didn't seem like the best initiation at first. They could have backed off, based on the TPs. WS, he goes for the epicenter onto CM. But then there's not so much left in the tank. They go for the attempt onto Ember, of course. Mikoto gets cliffed there, which is unfortunate for him, but they're ready with the Riki to protect the Ember. You see, Ember, if Mikoto is not cliffed here, they might have killed the Ember, but of course Riki is ready. You gotta anticipate that, right?
Yeah. You almost put yourself in a position now after this fight that you cannot go again without BKBs on at least 1 core.
And that's gonna be trouble though for Talon side. I feel like their lineup kind of counts on playing aggressive.
Does. And I didn't realize he went for the Mjolnir build on Razor. I know this is not like some uncommon build or bad build or anything. I'm just a little surprised given that you're playing into like roots and roots and stuns. It feels like you had to go Manta BKB in this game.
The problem is though is that you're gonna fall behind in farm so hard if you don't have a farming item on this hero, which is one of the reasons I think it's not so popular in the 1 position.
Yeah.
Because like he's kind of a hard carry, right? I think Tiny is not scaling. He's doing the utility Tiny with the 4 staff and stuff. I think this Razor is gonna have to be overwhelming at some point, and I don't think that's happening unless you're also farming while, you know, keeping up the pace.
That's true. Yeah, it's like the build actually as I'm looking at it is for going the Mjolnir. I'm really surprised, man. I feel like you see a Ricky and you know there's going to be some amount of catch, whether it's a toast or diffusal, whatever it is. It's your only way early of getting out of that smoke cloud without going for a BKB. So maybe if he goes Mjolnir and BKB, it'll be fine anyways, but he's still going for the Yasha after this. And Manta, he won't have a BKB for a long, long time now.
Yeah, and that's, you know, we mentioned the poke, right, from edge side.
Yeah.
And you're definitely not gonna have a pipe, I don't think. I don't think Sand King's gonna do that, so if you don't have a BKB, the poke will be nasty. And it just means that you cannot afford to play slow fights. You need to be committed, basically. And then you're facing a Roar and all these unlinkable targets, which goes back to like why the Razor, you know? We saw the potential in the lane, but it's gonna be interesting to see what he can do later on in the game.
Edge, they're hitting such a good timing. They already have 2 modifiers for Pippi here on his Sleight of Chains. It's just another thing that, again, without the physical damage from this Razor being able to enter in, how much of it is getting reduced on the rest of your team? This Avatos, the Bro Epi from Sand King, until they have some sort of influx of pure damage from the Jakiro and physical damage from the Sand King and the Razor, I mean, your lineup just feels you can't do anything right now.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like you're on a timer, really, right? So you wanna speed the game up, but you don't have natural tower damage. You mean for?
I would say, like for Talon, I feel like at this point, like maybe you want to, but I don't think you have a choice. I think you have to take this late now.
I guess you do, but then we're talking refreshers and stuff, right? On this beast into the Razor. I understand the Sand King can scale, but I don't think Tiny is scaling that hard with his build.
Oh, that's true. No, you're so right.
I mean, I guess the supports, they have the upside in terms of supports compared to Radiant, but not by a large margin.
Close. Yeah, Tiny, he is going for more of the control build, so he's going to be annoying.
Oh, Edge setting up.
On some damage. Oh, really good job. Yo, kiting away the Roar. That is damn near perfect. From Makoto. Really heads up play there with the Illusion Rune. Now they could get on top of Michael here, but he gets to jump away just in time.
They can re-engage if they want on Edge.
They can.
Tiny's already half HP. I mean, no Roar, but I don't think they need it. They want Tiny's this low.
I mean,
well, you can see the upside of Prophet right now. While all this is happening, you know, Savage response, Pyke is still farming on the Prophet, and the longer like this tippy-toe gameplay keeps on going, the more Prophet is going to benefit, really.
I mean, he's just sitting here in the triangle. He's going to farm up. I wonder where he... So, like, he clears this camp. Is he fine just, like, walking over and, like, farming the side? Or does he take an aggressive TP and get even more ancient camps out of this? I'm interested in the farming patterns.
Yeah, he wants to have the TP ready, probably. It's a pretty crucial part of the game.
Oh, those aren't ancient camps.
Yeah, he uses his TP, so that tells us Edge is not looking to go.
I think sometimes you don't care. Until you have this BKB, you'll join a fight if you have the skill up. Otherwise, you just want the farm.
Yeah.
It's way more important. He runs over to the ancient camp. Okay. Okay.
Jakiro
a little dangerous to take it now, because like you see them pushing bottom. A next logical step might be to send somebody through the portal.
Oh, they might find him right now.
Oh,
yeah, that is,
stun him? They do!
Did they have another stun?
No! I don't think they do. He could TP away. He does.
Living on the edge.
I'm a little surprised. I feel like, yeah, it's very dangerous to farm those as you see the enemy team farming right beside the outpost.
Right.
They might not even be looking for you. That might just go through anyways.
They could have done it way sooner as well. There was no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Like after the Ricky died, they were never gonna defend that tower.
Yeah. But good for Pyke though. Gets out, keeps on farming. The rest of his team now benefiting from a small amount of the space he's made.
Game is slowing down right now. You definitely want this BKB if you're the Beastmaster, so understandably so. No Roshan attempts or anything with his Aghanims. Oh.
Oh my god. Vitaly. I guess they're somewhat close since they're boot camping, but that was a good move from him.
Yeah. But you can tell in Edge gameplay, right? Compared to a lot of the games we've seen with them, they can feel sort of content with a slower game state right now. And I think that comes down to the lineup adjustments. You know, they have way more scaling. It's way more simple. Whereas I feel like in some sense, Talon is on... They feel like they need to get stuff done, but it's not like...
I don't know.
It's not crystal clear how you're going to do that. And now you're facing double BKB as well, right? For Beast and Vitaly and Pyke.
Double BKB is spooky for either team here. I think the only thing is Edge has prioritized it heavily. You look at the lineup that you see, and it's like easy first BKB game. But now, on the other side, it's like we really wanted these soft spells from 23 Savage, so like he's still far away from his BKB. We're getting one of the Sand King, but he's going to be lacking some damage. Tiny's all control. Like, they're not going to have this fight timing. The only silver lining is I don't think that Edge has really prioritized Roche as they could have yet, so you still have some map to farm.
I mean, they're going to take control of the top area now, which is great, because Roshan is about to move over, right?
Yeah.
And that's how also, we didn't mention there's a third BKB onto PP here on the Ember, so... This is super go time right now for Edge. It's all about the vision, though.
Get this kill. They could go Tormentor afterwards. They could go Roach
Has
afterwards.
a
They start to break.
They
Force
take
that
them.
forward. Glimmer down. Yeah, now they're going to go on the Beastmaster instead first
Oh, no,
here.
can't
Getting hit with the
BKB.
wheel as well. They could get the kill on a huge Beastmaster. They get it. Yoakum to get the first blood on Vitaly. And now jumping forward for the Ember as well. Pippi popping the BKB. He's in danger now. The Burrow Epi from WS is so much physical damage on this lineup. Yadomi will be their next target as Pippi escapes. But this move that was supposed to be good for Edge instead gets turned around on them because of a lack of vision on the roar attempt.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate. He doesn't press the BKB onto Vitaly there, and he just gets stun locked before he even gets the chance to. I think, you know, part of it is the vision, but the other thing is also, it shouldn't be him leading this move, right? It has to be PP on the Ember. It's way more effortless to go for a, you know, slight chains compared to committing with the roar against his Glimmer.
Yes.
So I think... Because, like, the Beast, he wants to BKB when he commits, and if he doesn't see it, it's understandable that he holds it, but I think they could have made it slightly easier for themselves with just better formation.
Oh, Dakota. I think
Haste
it's more
as
than
well.
in danger, but Yoakum, yeah,
He
should be
has
able to box him.
no QB.
Oh, but
Go
he's
ahead.
able to phase through the treant that he made. Ah, interesting. And now Yoakum's still in danger. He's going to go down first. Now Vitaly onto the Jakiro. Doesn't need a roar that time.
All right, Roach
gets the
time,
kill.
maybe?
Could be.
It's only 30 seconds, so I'm not sure. They need Pyke there immediately. And yeah, he's coming. He's Prophet, of course. Wow, it dies so fast.
It is.
I wonder who they're gonna give it to. I would give it to... I mean, either one is a good contender. Honestly, I'm not sure
I'm a little
that
surprised
Pyke...
by that.
Yeah, I'm not sure Pyke needed it the most.
Yeah. He already has a BKB. He's like pretty protected, I think. Honestly, like, because we're only taking tier 2s, right? The idea should be that it's Beastmaster, since he's able to sit and hit the towers, be the front line, and close out the entire map from Talon.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
The only
know.
thing is, like, if somebody does get a kill on Nature's Prophet, that is a lot of gold.
It is, but if you put it... Let's see if they get WS first. They see him, yeah.
Just gets them. He gets the Mage Slayer debuff on him, so not as much damage out of that ulti any longer. Even dropped down the wheel, but Pippi unfazed
Pyke
by
is
it. And oh no,
straight
they're
in.
so glooping. Pyke is right on in. This is why he has that Aegis, so he can maybe die, because he is really close right now. BKB already used. That's going to be the first life. They've gotten a lot of damage from 23 Savage. Very low on the entirety of Edge. Already losing the Aegis once, but they can't get Vitaly. They barely get him afterwards, but 23 Savage already traded his life for it. Pippi will get the kill on WS, and now Yokum running for his life. Pike, there is no escape. The Treant, no, not the Treant. One big slap.
All right, I take it back. You know, if you, that was some good value Aegis. He went in with Mjolnir on himself. He basically stoned everybody, and then I don't know. That's exactly what you want out of your carry with the Aegis. So well done by Edge and Pike.
I guess so. It's a little surprising, you know. You have Ricky, Ember, and Beastmaster, but your choice of initiation is a madman sprouting on the back line.
I also really love the fact that he's not afraid to press his BKB, right? Even though he has his Aegis.
Yep.
Yeah, he's zoning them all away. This means that Mikoto is completely stranded, right? And yeah, just perfect. I'm really surprised Savage committed here, because he has to figure there's Prophet is respawning right in front of you to full HP and no static link on him, right? So probably could have gotten out there in Savage. Yeah.
Yeah. You see a bunch of people on low HP and you're like, man, I could finish a few of those off, and then it's like I farmed for 2 minutes, you know, with these guys being so far ahead, but just wasn't worth it.
For sure. And now very comfortable lead for Edge, 12k and tier 2 taken, so map is getting smaller for Talon, and you know, you can tell by the way they're moving, they're sitting very grouped. Maybe this BKB will be the change that they need, because you know, Savage, he'll be able to commit much better once he has it.
Yeah. Once again, I mean, Savage is another hero in this game, like, has an item wish list. Now that you have Manta BKB, a lot of that wish list is fulfilled. I think the only thing that's truly left that he needs in this game, I would say, is a Hurricane Pike. I don't think you can get away without having that in this one versus the Nature's Prophet, especially versus the heroes you need to stay on top of. He's going to forego it, though, instead going for a Satanic and maybe a Refresher for the BKB. That leaves you very open for a Sprout if you don't have one of your supports around to force staff you, and only one of them has it.
It's true. I mean, I guess the upside for Razor is that he's going to be very fast, but I would also like the Pike.
Rainmaster has to do a lot this game. I mean, he does have... Oh, yeah, and he also has a force staff on Tiny, so maybe there's going to be enough. I feel like I've seen way too many Razor games where they skip this item, and it feels like they can never stay on top of anyone. They constantly get just kind of like kited out, and it's really sad. Right in for the Tormentor as well. Another one this time going to Vitaly. Has Michael... Okay, Michael already bought his, okay. The first shard did go to Pippi. This one going to Vitaly is pretty cool. Should mean that Pike is the only one left without it.
Even though they got some really nice vision from Talon, it's so hard for them to play the map right now, right? They cannot feel comfortable taking fights right now, considering what happened last time.
This is the power of the Beastmaster too, man. Like, it's so hard to go on this hero. We saw a royally failed attempt at an initiation topside. It feels like Edge haven't really paid for it.
Yeah, it just... Like, Talon was never gonna get a Roche based on that, you know, kill that they got on Beast, but it's the other way around. When Edge gets a kill, there's gonna be objective fallings left and right, and...
Yeah, because it was supposed to be the Jakiro walking it down, hopefully with a tree on the Tiny right and slapping away, but I haven't really gotten that going.
Yeah. Almost Shiva finish for Ember, that's huge as well. He actually went for a Nullifier on the Beastmaster, which is interesting.
Wow. That's 2 Nullifiers, right? They have one on him, one on the Natures, yeah. They could be B.
I guess... Yeah, for the 4 staffs and the Yules.
Alright, well, nice kill there. Yeah, I mean, 4-staff Yules, that's another thing that now, like, I guess maybe that's why Razor doesn't have a Hurricane Pike, because there's double Nullifier in the game.
Yeah.
Right now, so they're playing very aggressive. For a team that's down so much, they really think that this Ricky has enabled a lot of the goes on Edge. And actually turning this around down towards there. Do you agree with this graph, Hanson? Is that true?
58% for Edge, yeah, seems about right. Yeah. I mean, maybe give them slightly more, to be honest.
I was gonna say, it's a 16,000 net worth lead. You got like a full BKB on 4 different heroes.
Yeah. Why is it so low? Because I feel like when Prophet gets 25 as well, that's gonna be hard to deal with for Talon.
Yeah, there's only so many items that
I mean, sometimes the Dota AI or whatever, it just really likes certain heroes. I guess that's why.
Razor and Spectre are the same hero. So impactful. I think the only thing that it could get interesting is that you see here, because you've injected this Revenant Spruce and this Nullifier in on the Nature's Prophet, it means that you only have one more slot if that's going to be Evasion Pierce, if that's going to be a Satanic. It looks like Pyke has settled on it being a Satanic, so if there is a Butterfly, which is a very common Razor item, he won't be piercing through that. It should be up to somebody else to either get a Bloodthorn or to pin your items and say, get an MKB.
Right? I mean, I wonder what the trigger is for the Revenant's Brute here. I understand it's a good item, but it's not like a must-have in this game.
Yeah.
There's no
I mean, there's only 19 armor on Makoto. I know Tiny used to get a lot more from it, but right now he's just not in that state that you need the Magic Burst.
Right? I feel like you would be doing similar level of damage with a Daedalus.
Ooh, that is a kill on Yokum, and now, yeah, having to force staff away there on the Tiny. Kind of taking the gank, honestly. Not so mad about dying there. And WS able to TP out as well. Good escape from Talon.
Yep. Good, but you know, when Edge gets a kill, that leads to a tower. So Tier 2 is gonna go down.
Even through the Mjolnir illusions, trying to send down the wave here. Pippi dealing with them very well. He's going for mostly magic, so he is trying to make it so that, like, just nothing to save. There's overwhelming physical damage coming out from Pyke. He'll be enabling the Revenant Spruce crits I get from him as well.
I like the idea from PP as well with the items. Like, he wants to be the frontliner vision guy for his team. That will enable Beast to be explosive. I just hope that they've taken the lesson from the top fight earlier, and they're gonna send in PP every single time. That's what I'm hoping for them.
Wisdoms.
Oh no, Cuckoo, a bit of chain finger. Actually, Talon is setting up, but
they are, but it's well too late. Macro already down. They're gonna jump forward even, yeah. Maybe Savage here. He has the link off. He's going to just kite out the link for a second. And the BKB there. They've already killed Yokum. He's out of here. Could buy back if he wants to. Pyke TPing away. He's out. But a beautiful ice path on the other side. Maybe there's some sort of connection that you can make here for Talon. It's a beautiful bro Epi. They kill Vitali. They kill another support. The Ember maybe in a bit of danger, but he's actually doing so much damage with his lights here. Trying to man up on this Razor. Maybe not the best idea. It's going to be a double kill for the Razor. And Talon, just like that, maybe they're back in it.
See, Michael. Oh, nice spot. I love that spot.
Nice job from Tiny. Getting right out of the silence, and Michael going down as well. It is a triple kill for 23 Savage. Well on the way to his next item, which could be the refresher.
Yeah, I mean, that works out perfectly, right, for Talon. Cuckoo kind of looks like he's just out of position, but that ends up being a bait with his buyback, and in the end, Edge overcommits. They go way too deep into that corner, you know. They have to commit their BKBs early because they have no idea when Sand King's going to be initiating, right? It's way too deep of a fight for them, and yeah, even though you're so far ahead in Dota, you can't forego, you know, proper positioning.
They're not playing on vision as much as they should. I think part of the reason that this Beastmaster should be having a better time with the initiations, you have Ricky Ember. These are guys that should be getting vision for you to make those initiations. And you've said it before, it shouldn't start with Vitali. I don't know if that's a call that they're making or if he's just jumping the gun, but like, they need to switch that up or this game can get out of hand.
Right? I mean, if you don't need to take these choke point fights against like this Jakiro Tiny Sanking, it's so much. Like, when you're doing this, you're not abusing the vision and you're not abusing the Ember Ricky, like you just said. And I don't know. I think they can do it way cleaner if they play Pokey, because I don't think there's a world where Talon commits on Ember and that wins you the fight. So they can afford to play it way more chill and wait for the right opportunity. They don't need to jump the gun like this. They don't need to be explosive. Talon has to be explosive.
And Edge maybe putting themselves at risk again. Jump on the backside. They find two. Tiny in danger here. Makoto. I don't think he survives this one. Gets one kill. Now they got the roar on Razor. He's sprouted. He gets the Manta. A 1/3 chance of getting out of the sprout, and he gets it. Now turning back onto the Beastmaster. 23 Savage. He played the odds and he won. Now he's on top of the Ember Spirit as well. Give this guy another kill. He's trying on Ember to stay alive, but WS, he'll collect it. That was buyback on the Ricky, and they can't do anything with it.
The Prophet ult, but Pyke is gonna...
Yeah, now he's in so much danger here. Gets one more Yules away. This is so much damage being taken away. Just keep him summed up. Another toss. Stony one. 23 Savage, man. He is unstoppable.
Yeah, huge buyback from Mikado there's no way they're gonna win the fight without it. So really heads up. But again, I feel like Edge, they're trying to play so explosive, but they really don't need to, right? Like, get a proper jump. But
yeah,
I like what PP is doing this fight, but I feel like they're so committed. And when you use all your kit to just go in, then there's no escape plan, and then the buyback is inevitably gonna punch you back, really.
No.
Now you're gonna give up the Roach as well. Oh, that's just dieback.
No, that's dieback. Choke him. Oh, the dagger.
That's
really well done there. Now 23, like, okay, yeah, I like the blink. It could be okay. I seriously do think that if you get a butterfly, you ruin this Nature's Prophet's game, and he is.
I think so too. It's a classic counter to the Revenant's Boot at this point.
Look at this. I mean, through the roar. Look at how low this guy gets. Able to turn around with the Satanic. Manages himself away from the Sprout, too. Just somewhat fortunate, but still very well played from Savage.
Yeah. I mean, do they have to play? So, you know, they already killed Mikoto. Do they have to super commit afterwards, you know? Play it chill.
Yeah.
There's no way that Talon is gonna kill your Ember. Like, without the Tiny. So yeah, I mean, the game is completely stabilized now, even maybe in favor for Talon. Like, this Razor is scaling hard.
Yeah, just jumps away. And Static Link, oh, dude, this 25 talent is insane. I mean, the damage that you're going to steal from this one, I can't stand up to it. I mean, Pyke is a hero. Like, whenever you step up on a Nature's Prophet, he's typically getting this extra chi damage. He has the Satanic for an extra life. Satanic is no longer an extra life if you have no attack speed and no damage. That's the entire part of it.
Exactly. Maybe you shouldn't even consider the Satanic, right? If you think about that. Like, is it really going to help you?
You need some sort of escape mechanism versus this Razor. I like the Hurricane Pyke. I think it might be time at some point to kind of get a Silver's Edge in there and just get something that you can go away, fully kite out this Link, make sure that he can't re-engage on you, and then re-enter.
Yeah, it could definitely work, but I think the main thing is you need to take smarter fights.
You do, yeah. Smarter fights are always going to be the best answer to what is going on in this game. And now it looks like they will kill the Riki. Tried to get going on the Beastmaster, but instead only one dropping.
Okay, so it's still no tier 2 taken for Talon, so it's going to take them a while before they can reach the base, and they always have to worry about this Prophet, you know, doing this. They want to set up. Coda's here.
They get a chain stun with the Burrow Epi. Is it enough damage? Finally getting the Mage Slayer on him, and he does have the safety remnant away. There's a lot of damage for that. Honestly, overall low committal there from the Ember.
Yeah.
Oh, Savage.
They're gonna try for this on Edge.
All right. Like,
I don't think so. No BKB on Vitali.
Use the Epi top side, so maybe they'll cope it up as to having some fight that they want to take. But your Riki is down, and you're still fighting into an Aegis. I don't think any amount of spells being gone really warrants you trying to face up onto 23 right now. Yeah,
looks like they want to defend this tier 2, but I don't know. You see how slow the push is still for Talon. It's not really going to change throughout this game, so you have no worries in like really waiting out the Aegis. At this point, you're not slowing them down anyway, so might as well lose your tier 2 and wait out the Aegis.
Objectives with Slark and Razor are very similar. You don't have damage until you're actually interacting with heroes on the enemy team. So as you go to these towers after you don't have any link damage, it's like, what are we even doing here?
Exactly. $25 soon on WS. I mean, I actually just got it, so Epicenter pulses, right?
Yeah, no, that's what he got, and he's got the refresher already. He's got mad damage. I'll give him that, but like, he doesn't really survive as much in this one. I'm still a little bit worried, but it seems like damage is all they've really been needing out of these last few team fights.
Strange with no Shiva's card on the tanking, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a few things kind of missing than what we're used to. All right, Shiva's is probably the biggest one. I think it's possible that a Nocturne also could be in here, but I think since you have the E-Blade or the Ghost Scepter, the only thing you can do is suck up that Aghs just for that Shiva's.
Because I think the Shivas, not only does it help himself get tankier and give vision and, you know, damage champ, but it helps his entire team so much. There's so much magic.
Yeah. Hey, those Mjolnir procs, I get stronger somewhere.
Is this Revenant's Brooch even good on the Sand King? Like,
yes, it procs with your Ags. It procs with Stinger in general, but then it also procs with your Ags.
I see.
Big damn. Big damn. Although it would be based if it didn't actually work with it, and a bunch of Sand Kings were just like, I'm gonna click him. Not gonna go up there, let me hit him.
It's all about the mindset.
Tally, Burrow Epi, look at the procs of this Stinger. He gets the BKB off, turned around. That is an Ags macro power, but he gets a regen rune, and it'll actually start to proc now fully. He could heal up and maybe re-engage, but he has no roar.
He's got a refresher though, so I feel like it would be time to go for Edge, right? No epicenter, that's a pretty big Q.
Yeah. It's the greedy part of it, right? Like, you want to wait the 40 seconds and be able to roar someone for, like, 10 seconds straight.
Yeah. WS has a refresher too though, so not the end of the world that he used to do it like that.
Has the blink backpack, so Razor, maybe he gets something else just to replace with the refresher or with the BKB, but at the end of the day, 23 Savage hitting a very big power spike. With this and with the shard, he's able to stay on top of Pyke. I think somebody on his team maybe getting a nullifier would help him out, but they would have to be on the Tiny.
Probably, but I'm not sure if he will go for it, right? It's gonna be... He's kind of full slotted right now. It's just upgrades for him.
That's the... I wonder if the Mjolnir actually goes away at some point from this build.
For the Racer?
The majority of your damage is coming from your Link, right?
I guess so, yeah. It could. For the Butterfly then, I guess.
Yeah. You look at the Nature's Power, I don't think he has much room to go either, unless he also gets rid of his Mjolnir. But again, the difference between Razor and Nature's is, like, Nature's doesn't have any other way to AoE farm unless you're really using the Sprout. For Razor, you at least already have your Plasma Field that does a good amount of damage to help you farm out, so the Mjolnir isn't as necessary as when it comes to, 45 minutes.
Agile heroes all right, so naturally gonna farm better.
Yeah. Have a good fight start, maybe? I think the tree throw is gonna block them off, but it's like, I think Makoto was just testing the water to see if anybody was around there.
And just looking for a fight. I think the key is for them that they really find the supports, actually. They can get out the Ringmaster and the Jakiro early on. They're gonna have enough to kite his Racer, I believe.
Okay. One of the supports doesn't have a Bimax to Cuckoo. Maybe he's the big fish in this one. Got an Aghanim Scepter too.
Yeah, it would be very nice to get him out immediately. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like Talon, they're scaling up well. I guess you can't say the same for Edge in terms of the supports, at least. Like, you see this Jakiro, the power of the hero right now, right?
Yeah.
He scales with his Talon so well, and the Aghanims, of course.
Oh, God, he's not able to get anybody here. Edge might not be running away. They may just be repositioning for another fight. Burrow Epi coming in there onto the Crystal Maiden in the midst of the big ulti as well for Jakiro. Yadomi just not able to stay alive during all this. Now Vitaly, he's going to get a roar, and there's the greed. Double roar, baby. You can't survive that one. Do you have enough juice for the rest of the team now, though? Ice Bat does connect. Avalanche as well. They finally have the chainsaw to kill Pippi. The Makoto, man, he's still got a shield, and he's patrolling to see if anybody else is around. They'll take that trade for sure on Talon. Get rid of Pippi and the Crystal Maiden.
Unfortunate for PP there. Couldn't stay alive in the end. Surprised he doesn't have a Sanj in his build. I feel like that's...
Makoto.
Oh, no.
You should know that he TP'd to this one. He jumped forward.
He has a BKB TP, but he needs to use it in it.
Yeah, BKB.
He's fighting.
Goes up now, and it'll be enough. What duration BKB was that? Was that still only a 6 second?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so.
Probably. Really well done from Tiny there. He is creating havoc even with this build. We've seen it plenty of times. It doesn't feel like it should do damage, but every time, like, he's still controlling these fights and kind of dictating the way he wants them to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No TP for 5 seconds. I guess I don't realize though. Oh, nice. Nice job.
That was the big fish, but
can Vitaly get out though? I don't know.
This is going to be a lot of damage for Tally. Yeah, there's no way you survive this one. 23 getting the kill. And if Roche were up, this would be a nice time since he's getting that attack speed and damage, but still
Can they actually threaten the Drax? Oh no, Michael.
Oh, dude. Okay, now. Pretty good. Yeah, Marine Master already having the gem. Looks like. Did a max spawn? I don't. Yeah, it looks like it should be max.
They're actually going to go back right now on Talon? Thought for sure they want to try to threaten the high ground. But I guess the threat of the Nature Prophet is constantly on his top lane. You know, you can see that tier 3 is almost taken down already, so.
Yep. The hard one. So whenever this Nature's Prophet gets such a good boost in this game, he's already level 25, already got the train HP damage, so the war of attrition begins. You can no longer just leave the base for 5 minutes at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Edge, they're fighting for their lives right now. If they lose this game, it's possible they're just eliminated from DreamLeague 26 contention. So for them, there is a lot on the line. For Talon, they've got a great team. They haven't seen this sort of success for a while, being dominant in their group stage. This is where they want to shine.
Really nice ward placed by Cuckoo, controlling the enemy triangle. I mean, the game is slowing down surprisingly much, considering the fact, you know, Beastmaster is dying and stuff, but I think it just goes back to, again, the objective damage is so limited.
Yeah, press that fade button. All right, so it is still slight in favor now of Flipster Talon. Buybacks are still looking good for everybody now. We've got a full slate of buybacks across the whole lineup. Sanjay Kiro, yeah, gets a whole 5 gold or something. So, Cuckoo should be good to take another fight. It'll be around Roche, which is about to go bottom. It's going to make the long trek. I don't think either team is really benefiting from this. Everybody has racks up. I think maybe Edge has a slight bonus just because this bot wave has got to get pushed in again by a Treant.
Yeah, if they can get the Treant towards the base, then, you know, that's when it gets tricky for Talon. Obviously, they always have to go to back with a minimum 1 hero to deal with the Treants.
They're going to play on it. They're sending the Treants over. Then they're going to play on whoever's killing it. It's Makoto now. They have 2 nullifiers. They can get this kill.
Talon is ready, though. This is going to be a team fight if they go on this.
BKB popped, getting the nullifier as well, sitting in the midst of this Ricky silence. Spike TPing in as well. It is under the macro fire for the Takiro, and it's a roar that gets bounced off the Lotus. They're both stunned up, but they're still sitting in all this damage.
Savage
sitting here from Flipster. Now they're trying to turn on Savage. He's gone on top of a Talon, but he's able to get the TP away. Cuckoo, he's actually died to the Crystal Maiden, barely living through this one, but the Ricky, he's able to pick it up. Michael to clean up the kill. It was 3 buybacks from Flipster Talon, and they still have yet to really clean up Edge out of the map. They're still backing out.
Actually, really heads up TPs from both Vitality and Pike there. I mean, can't ask for much better fights, honestly. Seemed like that jump on Mikoto was gonna fail, but this time around the choke point actually worked out for Edge. It was such a long trek for Savage to come in and commit, and by the time he was over there, they were already TPing out, so really well communicated and executed by Edge this time.
It is a crisp, like that's got to be a team with a lot of experience playing together. Because as soon as you see those buybacks come out, there's so much going on in these team fights. To be able to get out like just TP, those are huge buys. Like, and everybody even listens to you with the second part. It's really impressive. And I mean, look at this macro. This should have been such a good fight, but even adding in the damage from the Sand King, it doesn't feel like Edge really took that much.
Yeah, Domi's ulti is actually doing a lot here. Almost solo, he solo killed WS almost, didn't he?
Yeah, he almost had Cuckoo. That was, look at that, yeah. We call it, that's it. For support, Crystal Maiden, all right, that counts as a solo kill. We'll give it to her.
Yeah, most of the time you're just not gonna be able to cast it, right? And it's not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, that objective damage is so low again, so no buybacks having to be spent by Edge, which is obviously good news for them. Even though they give up the Aegis, it's not the end of the world. They can easily stall this game out for another 5 minutes, and then if they're able to do a similar outcome fight, they're gonna be in the lead in this game, but
they need another one, and that is Roche taken by the Tiny, by the way, of course. So should just be because I'm a little surprised that they prioritized him getting it since he's so much control, right? But I guess Sand King is like, you need to get Burrow Epi off, and at that point, like, do we care if you die? Probably not.
Yeah.
Tiny has so much more to offer continually through the fights.
Yeah. See 4 Ogre's Hill Totems from Talon as well. So good against Ricky.
And the
Also
Sprouts,
good
honestly,
Sprouts, yeah.
Yeah, I think 23, this enabled him to do the build that he's doing right now. If he did not get this Ogre Seal Totem, I think he'd actually be in a bit of pressure right now.
Yeah. So the downside of not having the Aegis on Razor is that he's gonna feel maybe less confident pushing the tower, but
surely you can
because
this guy.
They have a condition to just commit on him potentially.
Crystal Maiden is so good at clearing that. That is a full wave just gone, and yeah, on the other side, he's out. If they want to make a smoke move right now, they can. You can't stay here if you're Flipster anymore.
They're looking for it without the smoke, but
And you got plenty of poke, yeah. Ember already on the other side. He's gonna try to TP or toss his team away, but the BKB going all the way in. Here's 23 Savage right on top of Pike here. Maybe he's TP'd in too far. He's got it. His TP away now. There's nothing stopping him. He is out. They forced out a lot from Flipster Talon, but he still got the Ringmaster. It is now up to 23 to get something else out of it. They'll finally get Yodomi. It doesn't feel equal. Vitaly, brother.
Yo, you need to... he doesn't have a TP though.
Oh no, all right, he gets the roar. At this point, he's just trying to get a kill, but you're losing too much damage. WS, you gotta turn in with the Burrow Epi. He will finish off Vitaly out of this one, and maybe even find Pike, because Pike TP'd into this one. He's in into the corner, group around the Natures. They get the kill after a wild TP in Edge. They are letting this game slip away, and Flipster Talon, they are all over it.
TP in trouble as well. Oh no. The buybacks now, but they don't have the spells. No roar.
Oh no, yeah. They have everything. Pike TP's in again, right in front of 23. That is a bold move, but he's able to get away for a second here. Getting the slow as well. On the high ground, he'll actually take down the Tiny. Now stunned up. Maybe they can get this kill. Razor, he's gone too. It was 4 buybacks, but they do get dieback on the Tiny. This could be their time.
Bro, it's double buyback. I mean, I don't know. The first engagement around the outpost, it seems so unnecessary, but it actually ends up in a way where Talon overextends himself, going for this PP Ember, and then, you know, triple buyback, but they need to, you know, they need to get something out of this now. Like, they can't just be happy.
There needs to be 2 racks gone. 100%. You cannot walk away with anything less out of the space.
Yeah, you need to get severe map control based off this, and I mean, Talon, they have a chance to hold still if they use Savage buyback, but it has to be a risk when you don't have Mikoto available for 80 seconds. And the push is going to be a really fast push.
Rapier on Nature's Prophet. It's about as bold as it gets. I think with this one, they're not looking for just a Rax. They're looking to end it.
Yeah. And if you die right now, you're out of DreamLeague, so let's fucking go, Pike.
Oh, they're going for it. Onto the tier 4s. He's starting to really try to separate on the Ember. They've bought back on 23 Savage. Is that enough to keep the rest of Edge away?
I think you still want Barracks, right?
I really think you have to stay here. I mean, Pike is going to stay here at least with just the Treant.
Well, it looks like they're going to get it based on just the siege creeps and the...
Jump through, they get the roar. Lotus is not in time.
He's got a buyback.
Kill the Jakiro here. He does have buyback. That was BKB as well from Pepe. He's able to lock into Yoakum as well, but he has the invis. He'll be safe for now.
Okay, 25 seconds is all they got right now. Starting to feel risky for Edge right now.
It's weird, yeah.
If they can get a melee Rax, they should be content, but it's gotta feel so scary, right?
They're waiting. He doesn't want to go pushing until they have the Cloud down. There's 2 Racks. This is exactly what we wanted. And out of all this now, an unexpected treat, if you would. They also got the buyback of 23 Savage.
That is huge. But now it's all about slowing the game down for Edge, right? They need to stall it out for 5 minutes. And I think it's actually possible, right? Talon, they always have to be worried about this last lane, right? Against the Prophet, and their objective damage is really weird, so... I feel like Edge has actually taken control of this game right now. But
been a wild one. Look at the buybacks PTV showing us. It's 1 on Ricky, 1 on Jakiro. Everybody else is waiting. But, I mean, because Flipster Talon, they were the ones that kind of started this train going, they'll have their buybacks back in a little over a minute for everybody but Savage, and Roshan could be spawning in tow.
Yeah, it's a good 4-minute window where Talon is going to have the edge in terms of buybacks, and I think you just need to wait it out if your Edge stay really disciplined, and then you have control of this game. It's not over by any means, but You can, like, you have controller now, but you can lose it really easily as well.
Absolutely. Still in danger here. Wait, can you go back to the Crystal Maiden? What's she rolling with? Alright, she's got the Wind Waker, she's got the Frostbite direction, or duration. Man, pull up the Ags BKB, man. Just let her rip. Yeah, this should. This is one of the more farm Crystal Maidens we ever get to see. Usually you're looking at like, 15, 20 deaths because you're so damn fragile and it doesn't really get to this point.
At one point he was almost catching up to PP on Ember. Yeah, see, he's 3k behind. That's hilarious. Both teams are very scared right now.
They are.
In late game, it's all about
wait! Does that proc?
Oh, it procs. I guess it should run, right? If the Brooch works, then why not the Basher, right?
This is a wild build. I would actually be astonished that people haven't done this yet if this works. This is even better than a Pango Basher at this point. Honestly, like the amount of stuns that you'll have?
Yeah, but it has the internal cooldown still, right?
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, it can't proc all the time, but
if it didn't have, then it would be insanely broken, I think.
Oh yeah, no, that would basically be back to the old Ags where it was all the burrow strikes.
Right.
This is simply the best way to recreate old champion Ags by just getting your own Basher.
Rapier for Savage too, so.
All right.
I mean, I guess he doesn't have buyback anyway, so he doesn't need to hold on to the gold.
Do I like that? I mean, this is really great for their objective pressure, right? Because this gives him that damage outside of his link. But I think in fights, this is actually a little bit worse. I still think he's missing the evasion that he genuinely needs to keep this going. Thankfully, I mean, he only got rid of the Mjolnir, so and this kind of replaces the damage he was missing from that.
So Talon has their buybacks ready again, except for Savage, so they want to make something happen. It's a very important for Edge that they dodge this move. They can even afford to give up the Roche at this point. Like,
I mean, that's gonna be what, 2-minute Roche should be spawned with 2 minutes left. So if they can take control now.
Top lane pushing in and bottom, so you don't have much time for Talon. You're gonna have to respond.
You don't want to on Edge right now, right? Like, if this Roche comes up now, there's still buybacks that we're waiting for on Edge. This would be their time to fight if you're Flipster Talon. Even so, 60-minute items are out too, so there's going to be a whole new factor coming into this game. It was not with 2 minutes remaining, huh? Is it going to be with 1 minute 45 remaining? Right about. So, that's going to be Roche now. I don't think anybody has eyes on it. They're too preoccupied with the level 6 or the level 5 neutrals. Stygian on Ember could be pretty cool. There's a Roche.
Definitely.
Stygian, yeah, dude. The extra incoming damage would be interesting. I feel like there's a lot of damage flying around these fights.
Yeah, it would help with the Rapier as well, right? With the Stygian. Like, just buff up Pike even more.
Book of the Dead. You know there's going to be a lot of Book of the Deads flying out here. Everybody on Edge already actually has their neutrals. Is just kind of like deciding together what they get. I'm a little surprised. Like, they're all kind of coordinating it, right? Maybe they need X amount of Book of the Dead, so they want to make sure that nobody selects before you have enough of them. Yeah, dude. Oh, debuff duration. Mix in that Aghanim Scepter. Get that Blink BKB CM. You know, really start carrying the game. Stygian on Nature's Prophet. That is something. Which modifier did he get in with his Stygian on Nature's?
Attack damage.
Okay. Jeez.
That is right. That's good. Hitting for...
Yeah.
I mean, these barracks will fall really fast. If Talon ever goes for an aggressive move, like, he could probably just TP over and kill the racks in 2 seconds.
Racks are, you're in a spooky spot, especially once he actually, you know, once his team has all of his buybacks back. That's about 10 seconds. They'll have everybody, except for the Ember, still needs about 1,400 gold. Razor also needs about a minute and 1,400 gold. So this next Roche fight, you could press the tempo if you're Edge. If you did have that timer, I'm sure at this point they took timers in the buybacks, but if they did, you have a time where you can kill without Razor being in the game again.
Yep.
60 minutes. Maybe an 11,000 net worth lead for Edge, but it feels dead even right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. This goal doesn't mean much at this point, so it's all gonna come down to execution in these fights, and that starts with whoever gets the better initiation, and that comes from the vision. So.
God. Okay, so he got the all stats on Makoto for his Book of the Dead, because that guy, he be thick. Yep. 6K HP, my lord.
Radiant are scanning.
Duration. That's pretty good. I mean, his ag says mad damage, so for Jakiro, that matters. Same with the Sand Kings as well. They're going all in for like these damagey items across the board. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen as many of these Book of the Deads. There's only actually 2 in the whole game right now. We've seen like 3 on each team in some of these.
Especially when the Rax is exposed like this, right?
Right? Because so why get Book of the Dead when you have a single Nature's Prophet, huh? Dude, 64 minutes in, and they still haven't gotten a shard for the Jakiro. They haven't been able to take any of the tormentors, really.
He would really want it with the 25 talent as well.
Right? Yeah. I think he probably went for the other talent. Yeah, with the max. Oh no, he didn't go for the dual breath. Okay, I see. Honestly, I was a little surprised, but I guess that's better for the tower pushing. And also your damage and fights. But oh, they get the roar. Sand King should just go down here, but alas, we're 65 minutes in, so he can press that button, get back in if he wants.
20 seconds until Roche starts moving, but
oh, you have so much damage. You do not need to wait 20 seconds. You can take it now. They just don't want to go in, get locked up by the Jakiro. Kill the ward. Everybody sitting around the pit. Nobody wants to come in hard.
Rack is swinging in the top wave, so bottom racks will be exposed in a second.
Does Nature's do it? And there's no BKB piercing disable, right? You could TP in.
Oh wait,
you would be forcing.
You have the basher on the Sank.
Oh, you're right.
You
have to buy back. Yeah. They're smoking around, dude. They're trying to just go right in. Follow Roche up top. The Yokum. Setting up with the rest of this team. Michael's gonna go first. He sees Cuckoo. Yeah, they're putting him out.
Great
see him, root him. Maybe get the initiation here. They get the roar as well. The Jakiro, but they're finding Yokum as well. He's trying to get out of here, but 23 Savage right on top of this Beastmaster. Everybody's flying around, but the Lotus Sword, maybe it saved him for now. They're turning back on it. They have the damage. They kill him. Rapier on the floor. Now Makoto, he's trapped in the tree. He's trying to get something in return for his carry dying, but he can't. He'll fall as well. They buy back on 3. Still, Rapier on the Ricky now. This guy just upgraded to core status.
I mean, there's no way they're gonna take this fight for Talon if you don't want to spend the buyback on Sand King, and then if you want it seems a bit disconnected, right? They needed to be either
he wasn't here the whole time.
Yeah, he had to buy back immediately as soon as this initiation happens, or you were never gonna have a chance here.
Oh
like,
my.
At this point, then Savage, he shouldn't go in, right? If you don't want to spend the Sand King buyback.
No. You can only go in with saying, I think because of Lotus Orb as well, wasn't he dealing into, or no, the Lotus came out afterwards, okay. But still, he just evaporated to the damage of Pyke. Pyke might be the only guy you can link.
Yeah.
Got all those buybacks. They did end up buying back on the Tiny. That means that only the Sand King has it left. You have to wonder if it should have just been pulled earlier.
So now he has to tank everything, right? For the team, but
Pretty much.
they're so stuck in base right now. Oh, son, what the fuck happened to the gold lead? 47k.
Yeah, I mean, the Rapier getting handed over was definitely something.
87%.
Still a chance. But yeah, the BKB coming for the Crystal Maiden. Very close to just getting the real timing. Oh no! Oh no! That's the Aghanim Scepter for Makoto! Oh, he had it. Oh, no.
Feels bad.
That feels real bad. I know there wasn't a whole lot of oomph behind those trees, but damn, it was something.
mean, Edge, they're definitely not going to go for this Rax, right? While everybody's alive. They want to spread them out somehow, because this crunch spot of team fighting is so hard still for them.
It is. You have buybacks and they don't, though. I guess the only thing is, like, your Ricky might accidentally give them a rapier if he dives too far in, which is a new development in this game.
I guess that would actually matter quite a bit now, because Savage doesn't have his.
I think he's fine without it, though. I would much rather that have been a butterfly for him. You can see how fast he's deteriorating to this physical damage, and he's gonna get damage. Like, he gets the link on Pyke. He has a BKB. He's not gonna get Hurricane Piked away. He should be fine to get that sort of attack speed and damage without the rapier anyways. I just want him to survive.
You see this Axe on Ricky with the rapier and Refresher? He's gonna be able to jump inside either PP or Vitali and be a rapier.
And you
Ricky.
can. Yeah, that's true. You also are able to drop your smoke cloud while you're in tricks. So you can definitely go in to someone, they take you into the fight, you drop a smoke screen on top of them, force out the BKBs.
This is gonna mean that they don't need like Pyke to commit on the roar target necessarily, because they're gonna have the damage that they need. Unless it's like Razor or Tiny, I feel like they're gonna be able to bring down anybody else, just the two of them.
Yeah.
Get the Book of the Dead.
They do, yeah. They're already, like, they don't even need... Look, you're just
so much.
Somebody needs a Taken. 70 minutes in, guys. So somebody needs to start clearing those creeps.
Oh,
look at the roar. On to 23.
No,
this could be game if they get the kill.
Look at the Ricky
to the trade as well. There's so much damage. They get the kill. He's out 2 minutes. Cuckoo now trying to stay alive himself. He can't do it. It's finally a Burrow Epi in from the Sand King, but I don't know. He has a lot of damage. Vitali could go down here, but he does have buyback. As a refresher from WS, they've already lost Megas, but so far it's only the Sand King left. It's GG, game 1. A solid 70 minutes in.
The Bristle fully, and Jacked Storm, he's not gonna care about a Rasta, really.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, you get both things, right? Like, first off, you're laning this Coddle with the Bristle. Bristle, you said, hasn't really been dealt with. Now he's getting even more enabled in his laning stage to just dominate this game. Now, once you transition out of the good laning stage, Storm Spirit, we said, it's all about the stacks. And Coddle's a perfect hero for that. So he's able to get some stacks going, then allow the Storm to come back, just give him that mana boost so he can keep remnanting and staticking all these ancient creeps down. He can get back right up to 5k net worth at 10 minutes, even after a really rough laning stage versus this Monkey King.
Easily. And I don't think Talon has the best stack contesting either, so I think Mikoto is going to have to do a lot for this mid lane, which I'm sure he can, but once more, I don't feel the tower damage so much for Talon. I guess they have this Rasta, but it's like they're going to need a lot of tier 1s, and they're going to have to play fast with this Lara or Monkey to really stop, Edge from just farming. I'd really hope, I think it's crucial that they focus on the stacks, because that's not something that they have been doing too much. I mean, it was a bit better once they started picking Sand King and Beastmaster, but it cannot be understated how important it is that they do a lot of stacks this game. They should be focused on themselves, not focused on, going ham.
Yep. I like the adjustment to the build here from Ricky. He's just going right into the Wraith Band. He's not going to go for a corrosion or anything. He's like, you're playing into his Slardar, and I don't think that either of these heroes are really ones that you're able to get kills on in the laning stage. So instead of putting that unnecessary gold essentially into the corrosion as a whole, you can just go for this Wraith Band treads, get that defusal as quick as possible, because that's when you'll actually be a threat to the Slardar.
Yeah, sure. Surprised that Talon didn't try to enter the triangle level 1 instead of doing this smoke, block an ancients or something. They might get a kill on Pyke though if he's not careful.
Come here. Smoked up, but they're not really engaging. Pyke, surely he knows if nobody has showed top just yet, there's no way you can show up to this rune.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, I mean they had a lot of info up at the top jungle, so.
Yeah. Ooh, they even have more. They're not going to be able to jump on them. Does body block the wave. Ricky's not the best, not the worst. You do have your W level 1. That should help out with you getting the CS. But he already used one of them, actually. Try to get him away from the wave. Should be recharged by the time he gets to CS under the tower.
This is going to be a good start for Slardar right now. avoiding all this harass, right?
And also, level 1, you already get your innate backstab, so even better to CS under the tower. This will give them lane control, but Pyke should have a perfect first wave. This is all done.
The sooner the Wraith Band comes out as well, it helps him so much.
Whenever they gave that just like the base armor, it actually changed the way that these Slardar matchups went. One of the biggest reasons you actually don't see this guy in. You could be a Wraith King versus a Slardar. Pop one Wraith Band into your inventory, and all of a sudden it doesn't feel as oppressive. It's still advantage, but it's not, you know, can't enter the lane.
Yeah, exactly. Ricky's almost, or he's actually a high base armor hero to begin with, so
Yeah.
I feel that he shouldn't be too concerned about Slardar, at least for the first few levels. I guess the ulti is really gonna be annoying for him though later in the game, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna need a Manta
annoying.
for sure, right after his diffusal.
It should. I've seen some people who want to go for like Ags right after diffusal and really kind of just like double down on the fact that you're so much stronger and you can maybe get a farming item, but I think Manta is way too valuable, even just for dust.
Yeah, that's true. 9
Whoa.
CS already for him.
Yep. Really well done. I'm actually surprised it's that good. Man, Michael, did he just put this wave at risk of getting 2 denies?
Yeah, he wanted to aggro it, but a bit too early on the nuke there.
Huh. It's a little rough for Vitaly. I feel like this isn't the way that this lane should go. These two should be playing together, right?
I mean, I can kind of see why they would want to cut waves or like drag them, because Coddle does want to trade with Rasta, and Bristol cannot bother the Abaddon too hard. But yeah, I think it's probably just gonna be a wash lane, right? They're just gonna play for their own game and then find any way possible where they can enable Michael to leave to, you know, secure some stacks for them. And if they can do that for wave pulls, then I'm happy with that.
They stop turning the back here. He's going all in for Quills. Of course, you are with a Coddle, so it makes sense. He is pressuring this wave pretty well.
You can see like the power of the BB even into Abaddon. You know, you have this dispel, but you're not going to be able to just go in and tank all his quills.
Yeah, you will get, I mean, a big part of this laning stage now is the sticky stacks. That's something that hasn't really been the case for a while in this lane matchup, but
Yeah.
taking away a big part now.
I really hope he goes for a Vanguard early on in this game onto the boost back, because I feel like if he gets Vanguard, he's actually fairly unkillable. All of their damage is physical on their side. He could even consider
really?
Halberd, you know?
Yeah. I'm a little surprised, little not that he went for this scene red facet instead of the goo facet.
Oh,
Just,
really?
Like, I get it. Yeah, I mean, you're dispelling technically on Savage, so like it's not as great, but I still feel like you're enabling this rookie so much by having the goo stacks.
Right? I think the green one is so much better. Almost to the point where the red one is kind of griefing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I like how we thought of that immediately.
Yeah, no, it genuinely feels that way. It's also because we've seen the dominance of the screen facet. Like red facet, that timing where you're pressing R and like you do so much damage is really cool, but hasn't seemed near as potent as just this like overall consistency of green facet.
Yeah, I think so too. Reducing your own vision as well, it's just weird.
Cool. Got the water in there. Second time we've seen
The other one gonna
Monkey
get stolen
King
as well.
jump down.
This is one way to...
Oh, the
He's gonna
he
have
had
to
it.
do
Oh.
the walk of shame. Mikoto wisely pushing in the wave as well. This is a tough spot for PP right now.
Really good job on the
really
Fairy
tough.
Fire. He's trying to stay here because he doesn't want to lose. This is going to be a lot of damage on the tower.
But he's not hitting creeps now for like... There's no way he's gonna hit... Yeah. I don't know, I think he's super dead here, isn't he?
Could be. The knife hits, and there's Mikoto. They get first blood on Yokum. Unfortunately, not able to give it to the Monkey King, but hey, he's happy nonetheless.
That's so rough. I mean, that's kind of the worst case scenario, right? You didn't want to do the walk of shame, but now you die and you don't get the XP anyway.
Yeah.
This is like textbook how you shut down a storm with an MK. You rotate the support early, like way before he's 6. Remove his
Once he's
resources.
6, there's no way, right? That's what we
Yeah.
saw in one of the previous games where, like, Storm was just zipping around. It didn't really matter. It was also stack-based, and Michael, he has kind of been focusing more on this top lane. Has he been stacking enough? I don't know.
Hasn't stacked a single camp, I believe, so... Okay,
Oh.
He did it once, only on the big camp though.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think we need to start focusing heavily on the stacking. I mean, Storm Spirit's allowed to have a bad game if he has a Coddle that's going to just keep getting into the mana battery, getting him some stacks. Yeah, starting to come back here for WS.
Yeah, Yadomi rotating for the rune, but I think they're significantly weaker without having a Storm 6 here. Wait,
They're bringing everybody they can.
I don't know. This is not gonna work, right? This
Not at all.
Oof.
Does he jump with the DD? No.
Oh, this feels so
He's
bad
looking
for
at the
Pyke.
stacks? And there aren't really, any stacks around.
WS in trouble now, or Vitaly rather.
Oh, what's on that courier? Nothing important. And he saw them doing this, and now on the other side, they're actually just sacking right in on Cuckoo, thanks to the fact that they've been all around. Now Makoto, he's finally coming in, but he gets disarmed. That's a really early stun from Yadomi. Maybe it helps out. He's silent still on the monkey. Gets the stacks, but he can't throw a stun down. He finally gets it a little bit more lifesteal, but he still eventually falls. That's Pyke coming in to help out and get another kill. Savage, I know he doesn't have ulti because I can count the 5, and they could get this kill. One more hit, and Vitaly picks it up. Did they go for Yoku as well? I don't think so.
They really needed that on edge, didn't they? Pyke has been around mid now for a good minute. And I feel like I've seen this movie before, right? Cuckoo gets caught, and then Mikoto shows up alone, and then Savage comes in to try to salvage the situation, but they all just go one by one by one, and then, yeah.
They're rough.
Actually, good thing that Yadomi is here to pick up the XP, because leaving a lane unattended, like minute 6 in Dota, it's illegal.
I know, right? Lane creeps means so much more in the game right now.
Yeah.
Who did get the other wisdom on the other side? Was it Yadomi?
Dire are scanning.
Oh, it's not taken yet. Wow, that's bold. And there it is. They get the kill of Vitaly actually on top side. Makoto coming in and finally getting that engagement that he wants.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's the lowest net worth core, but now on the other side, ooh, Yokum, a little bit more damage. This is Storm Coddle.
PP is back now. He had such a rough start, but after all those kills and...
Oh, yeah, they're trying to get out of the river.
Oh, no.
This is WS's moment, but yeah, dude, he's still so damn fast. He needs to zip onto the low ground, but he can't get it. What an action-packed game too, man. Everybody's getting involved. I don't think anybody necessarily benefits from this. Maybe Talon a little bit because your ultis on your supports matter so much more.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think the main thing is going to be what happens about the stacks. I think that's going to decide whoever gets the tempo advantage here. Now we're finally seeing quite a lot of them.
Ooh,
oh, nice. Actually got both of them.
Oh my god! I can't believe they got both of them. It's going to be
such a big influx of gold. I really hope this Blade Mail is not a Blade Mail and it's a Vanguard. I think it's so huge against all this physical damage, isn't it?
I think you have to at some point have a Crimson in this game. Honestly, as we look at the lineup that they have, there's not a whole lot of magic damage at all. You're completely foregoing the pipe if you are going for some sort of like survivable build. But it seems like this Bristle, as well as the facet that he took, he's more going for like a kill ya type of Bristle, not necessarily sustain.
I mean, even the Halberd, I wouldn't be against. I know it's triple melee, but it just you just need to stay alive for a few seconds in a fight, and you'll be cooking. Did you see the Pyke quick buy, by the way? I'm not sure what's up with this, but it seems reminiscent of the Luna game the other day, which
I know
is not something I want to see, honestly.
The only way I can cope this up is by saying, like, look, you have two other heroes that are looking to just kind of like farm up with their current item build. So for Ricky, if he doesn't think he can move on the map and get stuff done, he should also farm up. But I disagree. I think that you should try to make moves with this team. You should be enabling the Ricky to kill early, because he will fall off a cliff if he isn't significantly ahead of the other cores in the game.
I agree, and I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, we'll see if it works out or not, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But it seems like when the back is against the wall, Edge, they always go for like this wombo combo. We're gonna be cool, you know, stylish fashion. This is how we're gonna win. But I don't think this should be the focus, right? They should just focus on playing good Dota.
Exactly.
Well, you see...
This is going to offer a lot of time. I mean, what happens for Talon then? Oh, there's this incredible lull because there's not going to be a Riki. Do you make something happen on the map yourself, or do you take this time to farm and maybe get some a Radiance on Abba, maybe a Midas on somebody else?
Yeah, I mean, I think for Talon, you're pretty content farming right now, but you would like to speed this game up at some point, right? Because the flash farming of Edge is going to be insane, just based on the fact that you have Storm, Cod, and BB. There we go.
Oh, they're going to try for something now here.
Oh,
jumping right on top of the starter, but he gets boxed up. Yeah, now with the macro, I mean, it's there, but nobody really cares right now on Talon. We've seen so much response, but they just have to back away. That's the silver lining for Edge is that it was a coddle. You guys could just leave as easy as you came.
I'll smoke for the rune instead. But Mikoto is not coming here.
He could still jump on WS maybe. He jumps in with the stun, actually connecting on this Storm Spirit. Now they've dropped the smoke cloud, but he's on the high ground. Bumped up thanks to Michael, so it's still okay. They aren't really threatened right now on Talon. They're going to go for Yudomi as well, giving that kill over to the Monkey King. Now WS feeling strong as ever without two other heroes in the game for Edge. He goes right on in under the tier 1 tower, finding the coddle. Is it too much? Not at all. A huge stun in from Mikoto. Ends the life of Michael, and with this Wukong's, they might just keep the pressure up on the tier 1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why you feel like you have to do this if you're Edge, right? You should be very happy just flash farming it up. You have BB Storm with a coddle. I feel like you should be... If the game is slow, then you should be very happy if you're Edge. I mean, I guess this fight can work out, but they need execution to be better as well, right? They need the smoke clouds on the Rasta, not the Slaughter.
That is a cool thing that can happen sometimes, but not this one. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like something that could work out, as you said. I think you need to utilize the coddle a little bit more. Genuinely get the numbers advantage, because they didn't. They had a Slardar with a Rainmaster behind him. Then they smoked into the river with a Slardar that had 2 supports behind him. You're not catching anybody out of bounds.
You already knew they all TP'd bottom, right?
Right.
Where are they gonna go realistically? They're not attacking your tower. So I don't know. And it just, they have this instinct to group up, but that's not the smartest way to play the strategy. Like,
no.
I would, if they played Aurora tempo here, they would be looking so good.
Yeah, you need some sort of tower pressure, maybe. That's the best way that you can kind of isolate people if you really want to get that done. But your lineup needs very, very farm Jakiro, I think, in order to do immense amounts of tower pressure. He does have the points where it matters, but who on your team is going to help you take these towers?
Yeah, it's not easy right now. I mean, when you make these plays and you die as well, you lose map pressure. And right now they don't have presence on top or bottom, so...
I would actually be sounding the alarm if I was Edge's team. You're looking at an Abaddon who's about to hit Radiance. Your Slardar is clearly very strong, and you have an easy facet to go and get yourself a tower. Just drop Shaman Wards on it, and all of a sudden, you're forcing Edge to group up into you, which is the exact opposite of the way they want to play this game.
Exactly. I think as soon as you get this Radiance right now for Talon, you're gonna send it, and by then you better be ready if you're Edge, right? Because you're gonna be giving up Roshan, and then once you give an Aegis to the Monkey King, he can do whatever he wants, and I mean, you would want to be ahead by that point for sure, like in terms of gold at least. Yeah.
Oh no, stun connecting, Peppy.
Nice
he
play.
does get the zip away. Could get another one. He's staying around, actually daring them to re-engage. So far, the net worth lead is not atrocious, but it's just the timings of these items that Talon are about to hit. I don't see anything that really stands up the same way for Edge.
Yeah, and the problem is that Storm is your lowest net worth core. And
yeah, Ice Blast now.
Zeus ult.
Looks like they should have this. You have a starter on your team. Shouldn't be that bad for you. It's only 3 heroes, though, and it'll go to Cuckoo. And this is, I mean, Yudomi is getting as much tower pressure as he can.
He might get it, honestly. See the power of the build. Keeping the siege alive for so long here.
But there it is. Abaddon running on through. Making sure they can't get the tower. One more card hit, and it is. Joachim with the deny. So that's honestly really big right now for Edge.
Yeah, 100%. Still grouping up way more than I would have liked him to. But I get the sense.
Now Vitaly's doing this? Wow, this is... I would actually say this is bold. Don't Talon want to take this fight?
For sure.
Okay, so they're leaving. I think you pull the entire team bottom and see if you can try to force chain TPs again. That Radiance is way too much to fight into.
Well, this works out perfectly for Talon, actually, because now they're around top area where Roshan is. And they're online.
What is Ricky... Okay, he just got the Aghanim Scepter. And as you said, they're right next to Roach. They've already gotten the Outpost, or the Tormentor. So this is kind of exactly what they want to do, right? This is the best way to collapse the map entirely.
Yep. Put this Aegis onto Mikoto. He almost would have wished he didn't go for the Mage Layer at this point, get a Diffusal instead. With Aegis, but yeah. I still hope to give the Aegis to Mikoto, not to Savage. I think it makes way more sense, right? He's an Abaddon.
Yeah. You can see here, he's holding a point still. As Oz is so fortunately pointed out. So even if you do try to go on him, he can choose when he wants to use his ulti versus the Aegis. Is going... Oh, Shard first, huh? I mean, this is going to be a great Ricky build in 20 minutes. At this point, I'm not even sure if the Diffusal serves that much of a purpose for you. It's going to get instantly dispelled. You might as well just go right into a Manta style.
I mean, I guess the Diffusal is really high DPS. Mana Burn is not bad against that, like, especially Abaddon. But I'm with you. He would probably want to disperse during his build anyway at some point, so I guess I'm okay with it.
Ooh, Wukong's getting dropped here and need an ice path.
Nice
He'll come through eventually here, and a jump onto the backside. Bippy actually keeping everybody in the macro for now, and Vitaly's able to walk away from the Wukong. So for Edge at the moment, this is a fine fight, but what about the re-engage?
Yeah, they just want to get out right now.
Oh yeah, he doesn't leave. Vitaly, sorry brother, you're taking the bullet for the rest of the team, but with everybody else escaping and there's still Aegis on the Abba, it's always going to be a hard fight to take. And now they're portaling. Should have a ward right on top of it. Yeah, they see it.
Can't lose people
No, don't do that. I know you want to. Oh, they really want to.
They're going.
Oh, Lord, they're trying. They have the smoke out on top of the Shaman. They'll get one kill. Now Mikoto is here. They jump on the Kado. No more reinforcements. Can you actually take the rest of this fight? WS could go down here. It's an Aghanim Scepter on the Ricky. It's plenty of damage, but there it is. No mana here. He's got to get a huge jump. He'll get it. Jump to WS. He can't. They get a kill again. Peppy the only one left. Oh, on a razor's edge. That edge does tilt towards not Edge. I wanted to say it was very close, but towards Talon.
Yeah. Just hard to fight them right now, right? They're so strong. They're not even including their Aegis Abaddon, but just no chance for Edge. I think this Ricky is still very weak right now, right?
And now Monkey is strong. Gets himself another kill on the Jakiro as well. Just breaking this all open. A 1,000 gold swing towards the Monkey King. This is such high variance. After this, the Shaman kill is like, okay. I genuinely think you have to be so careful with this one. And look at the zip. All the way through. They're not really calling the same targets, it seems.
Yeah, and you gotta think about, like, as soon as you lose the Coddle, then PP really has to be careful about, you know, how he's maneuvering these fights, and they're just in the all-in city, you know?
This isn't a replay. That's a real thing, and that is Bippy gone. Corrosive Haze is one hell of a drug.
Definitely. 12-1 from Mikoto.
That's the power of the Monkey King, man. We've been calling it for a lot of drafts. This hero has plenty of value, and it might get some more here. You get the macro pyre down, taunted forever, it feels like, on Pyke. He'll finally jump away to safety, but WS doesn't want there to be any safety. They'll lose Yoakum on the other side. A good kill for Vitaly, but what about the rest of this fight? Savage still with the Aegis, still saving a point in his ulti. They'll get the kill on Vitaly finally. That means the rest of them could just run it right on down mid. Finally skilling the ulti there on Abba.
They're gonna go for the Wisdoms here as well. I don't think Edge can really do much about it realistically.
No, I mean, maybe a clean bump, but you had to have already been there getting it.
They're recalling PP thinking about going, but there's no chance really.
No, not at all. Definitely need the BKB. Probably need something else there on Pippi. I'll give it to. I actually do like the scaling of Pyke into the Talon lineup, but I just can't imagine you're gonna get there.
I mean, the late game is good, right?
Yeah.
I feel like their late game is super solid, but the problem is the farm isn't there, and I don't love the item choice from Vitaly either. Like, I feel like it had to be a Vanguard here. Like, I'm sure there's no way you don't go for it into all these. Like, if he gets it, he can tank anything. He can be like this Medusa guy for them, right?
Yeah.
And then
I'd actually argue that, like, especially versus the Bristle or the Monkey King, right? Like, Blade Mail might have negative effect versus the Monkey King.
Exactly. It doesn't do anything to Abaddon either, really.
Oh, Pyke. Oh no. This is just too much. He'll get one jump away. Maybe he gets himself onto the low ground, but he still has the minus armor on him. Somebody needs to bail him out, and nobody is around. You're gonna go right on top too. Do they have a ward on someone here?
They have one down to the left. See if they walk into it. But they're abusing the gates as they should be at this point. You know, Talon understands that Edge wants to dodge at this point, and they understand that they can't fight him, so they're doing the right thing. Savage is controlling the midwave all the time, you know, removing information for Edge, and the rest of the guys are just constantly cross-mapping with the gate, and it's pretty much textbook what you should be doing when you're this far ahead. You know, you're not ready to take any tier 2s or anything. So.
Oh, Michael. He's good for now. Doesn't actually get caught by the taunt, and now the Ice Path actually landing right on top of the Monkey King, but he just jumps right on through, snapping Michael in half. He just got an easy kill. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's gonna walk right into these guys. Gotta be careful. They do have a ward down. It looks like Cuckoo, he'll try to go on the Storm Spirit. They do drop the smoke, allowing him to press the BKB and get out of here. A nice job for them to survive, yes, but it's still the BKB of Storm down and still Talon encroaching on your map.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There's just no fear for Talon at this point, right? They can do whatever they feel like.
Gonna keep it going here. Blade Mail used pretty early, so no longer available, I guess. I don't know how much it's gonna help him anyways. Now he's going for a Lotus. Am I correct in that? So that's it's
alright.
It's good. Yeah.
But it's like I feel like still the Vanguard would have done everything that he needed, but just
so many of these items, like, you're definitely gonna need it eventually. I don't know if you need it now.
Yeah, I mean it's a timing item, right? I think you're kind of past the point where he's gonna play the game without one, but if he can't be a frontliner in this game, because we laid out the problems that PP can have in this game, especially with the farm that he has. Same thing for Pyke, right? You're playing as a Slardar. You need somebody to be able to go in and provide the vision and tank some spells, and that's your cue to go in. But if Vitaly can't do that, then it's a very tough equation to solve for Edge.
He's jumping. He's not able to find the Coddle just yet, but with this next jump, all right, now. Good TP away there from Coddle.
Gate to bottom immediately from Mikoto. So.
Maybe.
No, just farming a bit.
How close are we to Ricky's next item?
to Manta. Not too far off. I mean, it's a 1300.
Yeah. So what?
But it's not like it's
Top tower.
it's not like it's it doesn't change much. Yeah.
Yeah. This is also hard. This actually does matter a lot, I feel. This Lotus could change the way the fights happen a little bit here. And they do push the Slardar onto the high ground. Maybe if they can keep some damage on him. Yes, the macro right on top of him. He is landlocked here. Maybe they can actually take a fight without him. They still end up killing the Bristle. Pepe not able to find himself a kill here. So even though they are teasing the Monkey King, or the Slardar, it's still just too much to fight in Wukong's.
Yeah, I mean, that fight wasn't looking so bad for Edge. It's like pretty much the best thing that can happen, right? They're focusing Vitali in your vision, but they're just not nearly strong enough to take any of these fights. I don't think the Riki provides enough damage. Even if he tries to commit, he's just gonna die pretty much. And same sort for PP. He only has the Kaya BKB, and he needs way more. He's gonna need like a Witchblade, like Parasma, Shiva, and stuff in this game to be doing a lot of damage.
At this point, you are completely dedicated to how can we cut waves.
Right.
I don't even know if you're allowed to touch side camps right now, but they're so scared still that somebody's hunting them because this Monkey King is all over.
Yeah, the Monkey's all over. Same with Slardar and the Rasta. And I guess to some extent, I mean, it's not a farming item for Pyke, but I guess it makes sense that you went for the slower build, aiming for super late. But we'll see if they are able to hold the game on for that long.
Would this game be in a spot where we had to go super late had he went for something more like a defusal?
I mean, I think the main thing is that they didn't play their strats properly. Yeah. They had to focus way more on farming, not making these moves, and buy proper items. If they had a better mindset, better read on the game, I think it could have looked way different.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these things, like we say Mikoto has a lot of kills, which obviously he played great, he did everything properly. But a lot of it has been free for him, kind of. Right?
Yeah. He has been given the game and he has certainly taken it. Really, still honestly surprised that he died once after everything that's happened. He seems invincible. Yeah, SNY Mage Slayer, this guy doesn't die.
Apart from that one mistake towards the edge triangle, there hasn't really been any mistakes from Mikoto this whole game.
Oh, this is an insane TP. They scan this out. They know somebody's coming here to fight on the Wisdom Rune. They get the Wukongs out. Stun on this Storm as well. He gets the BKB TP away. Maybe he can get away. He gets it. Still an insane read from Talon. I mean, to somehow get on top of this Wisdom before the Storm actually gets on top of it, but also really well done from Edge to get on out.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he got it. What?
Oh, really? That's pretty big.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Going for the shard now. Again, foundational items. Even with this shard, I'm not too confident in this Ricky's ability to carry a game, at least without a crit stick. Maybe even, oh no.
Oh no.
This is rough. Jump away. Dust has to get out of the dust before he uses the Manta. I already used it though. Now stuck in with this Monkey King. Jumping again. This time there's a 23 Savage with a Radiance, but the Lotus gets both the dust and the haze off of him, so he's alive. They do have to sacrifice Yudomi.
See how fast they are around the map. Can't even get Outpost back, but PP is doing the right thing. He went immediately back to bottom, understanding that they need to play split lanes. Like, they need to have presence on both side lanes at all times and able to keep the map somewhat stable.
They thought there was a ward here. There wasn't.
Oh,
instead,
nice
there is a Cuckoo here. Michael trying his best to save Storm for now. Force him forward as his last breath. They actually get the kill on Yokum. Now, can he get out of here? Does he want to get out of here? I think so. They're going to keep playing bottom here. They're both alive, actually. That's crazy.
That's good. You need more of this if you're Edge. Like, keep splitting them up, you know? Whenever they make a numerical error, like they don't bring enough heroes, you can do these things because you have the call, right? So you can bring in your Bristle or the Riki if you need it, and if you're able to play this game long enough, then you're actually gonna have a chance. But because the gold lead is not really increasing right now, right?
Yeah, that's true. And Starter really isn't like getting a lot of farm, right? They keep trying to make these moves, getting them kills that way, but they've been unsuccessful. They picked this in response to the Riki purely to dominate him like this, and if it doesn't continue, maybe there is a chance.
Yeah, especially with the starter build as well, right? The Yules
Yeah.
It's not going to help him transition into more items.
Oh my god. You know, maybe they don't have a damage issue though. Maybe it's fine.
They don't, but oh no.
Oh, this could be some good gold from, but the stun? How does it get the storm? It just barely missed Cuckoo. Blessed by the gods, maybe, but
it's camped, man. Like always, it's camped.
Oh man. And now Michael, yeah, the heal is not going to help him out here. Going after the Bristol now. There's so many stuns. No combo break available. Blade Mail finally gets pressed, and he's doing a lot of damage, but 23 still has the ulti. He'll at least keep himself alive for now, but there it is. Makoto in to finish the job. Ricky cutting the waves, actually. This fortification, oh, I don't think it's going to clear. We need somebody to clear this wave.
Macro Pirate, I guess, but backdoor is going to last. I mean, not going to be up in time, rather.
Yeah, they also have, I believe, that was a banner that they placed, yeah. So he does die, clears the wave. All he does is keep them from maybe taking top, because top wave is not in at all. Storm Spirit, yeah, jumping around as well. They actually brought back the Ricky. He's done cutting, but they still have creeps. Or no, they don't have any creeps bottom anymore. Okay, just the banner.
I really like that Savage went for the AC here. It helps so much with the push, and it also, you know, it makes perfect sense, right, with their tricore setup. The Monkey, Slardar, Abaddon, everybody benefits so much from it, so.
The only way
nice.
back in this one is through physical damage of the Ricky, so anything you can do to delay that.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming for Yoakum, so map is about to go dark. And whenever you're split pushing, the map going dark is horrible. They even see on a really good ward here, Cuckoo jumping through, gets the Hex, and there it is. They've locked in on, oh my god! What is that stun damage?
It's without the AC as well, you know?
Good lord.
Holy shit. They're like,
Makoto is a crazy man. Holy moly.
yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You're gonna take some serious faltering from Team Talon in order to get this game away. I mean, you've got so much farm on 23 Savage, even though he probably only has like 2 kills to his name. He's hitting the creeps.
Has fallen.
I mean, this Mage Slayer is doing so much for him as well. Even though the quills are physical damage, it is still outgoing spell damage that is reduced with the impact of the Mage Slayer. So Makoto, still gotta be careful, man. You do not have Aegis. How much gold does he give up? Probably like 2,000 if he dies.
Yeah, at least, right? What is it like? What's his streak at?
Oh god, way more than 10. I feel like.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't see him die.
I mean, he died.
4 minutes.
He had no, he had what, like 1 or 2 kills, maybe, before he died.
Yeah.
And then it's been all
Like
positive
15
from
kill
this.
streak. Seems a lot. That's a lot of gold.
Yep. And now you're so stuck in your base for Edge, and
They tried to get a D ward down, but it's actually a really clever ward that they placed down here on town, just kind of getting right on top of Poverty Row, making sure that anybody that goes down to farm this ancient camp, they're gone. The rest of your team is patrolling the rest of the map. It's only these sides that you really need to make sure you have vision on. Jump through. Ooh. They're going to use the Mantis to start at least clearing these. It's just hits, and the illusions count. And yeah, Lotus up to help out with that Orchid. I want to call this holding just because they use snakes, right? And that's a big part of their tower pressure.
yeah, I guess so. But you're not getting any farm right now, so they feel like they have to fight, and they need to get some insane jump.
Coming over. Yeah, and the bottom is getting pressed out. You know that something is happening here if you're Talon. Jump first, Vitaly, he's the one that shows he's kind of okay for now. He doesn't even care. He's walking even further into them, but so much patience from WS. He's only showing for a Storm or a Ricky.
Radiant's middle tower.
They're just going to back out.
Dire are scanning.
Yep, draw the line. Get on out there.
I mean, the best thing you can do right now if you're Edge is like get one guy really deep at bottom and then gate one guy to top side and start cutting waves there. But I think Talon, wisely, they should keep, you know, poking the base, forcing you to be home at all times.
Let's get the wisdom now.
That's
Even
18
more
for
level
Rasta
advantage.
as
Look
well.
at that. My lord. Oh, looks like a big fight coming here. Did jump away on Pike, so that is the Wheel of Wonder down. Every time there is an ulti out and you don't lose heroes on your team, you're happier and happier on edge, because boy, if all those ultis come together, you're not living through it.
Definitely not. Guess at this point they're waiting for the Roshan for
levels.
Talon, then it should be time to seal the deal.
17 levels? That's actually a crazy stat. It's like a whole other hero. It's
It's almost 1 level every second minute advantage.
And there they are, still trying to cut top. Yeah, he did go back for the defusal. It's just going to delay your real damage so much. He's going for a nullifier next, which is very good versus pretty much everybody on this team, actually. But again, how long does it take? You still don't have a crit. That's going to matter a lot.
Yeah, you need a lot for Pike. And you probably need an Aghanims for the Storm as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, which he has queued up now, which that would be nice, but it's triple melee after all for Talon, so could see some wombo combos potentially.
Oh, huge link. Oh my god. Dude, the DD. This guy is just slamming it down. 700 damage of the stun. It's important, right? Like, that disarm is a lot. The blinding light. Also clearing the waves is pretty good for them. So him being out here is actually very important for the rest of this team. And it's possible they lose another Rax here. Yeah, 2 carts, they'll finally go down, but Ricky does not feel comfortable enough to walk forward and use the mantis to cut the rest of these snakes. So they should get another set of Rax here.
Yeah, I like that they go with it even without Aegis. They're so heckin' strong right now. Savage is not really getting stronger, right? It's only the blink that he could potentially switch out.
Yeah.
Actually, they didn't end up finishing the range tracks there. Interesting.
And yeah, they're moving all the way forward. And you know, if nobody's showing on this free bottom rack, something's up across the rest of the map.
Radiant's bottom
Oh, they get him with the Rasta Wars. Guess it makes sense.
Oh, nobody cleared it. That's rough. Storm, you better grab your item and go, buddy. Yeah, they're all around there. Looks like Roach is going to be next up. There is some creep cutting going on bottom for the Ricky, but you got to be really careful. You can't even finish off the super creeps. I don't know if he's going to find as much value out of this defusal now. I'd argue even maybe the shard not doing as much, since you're not really fighting at the moment. You just need things that are going to give you the farm. Oh
Right.
my god. Right at the edge.
They're gonna find Vital here.
Oh!
That's a
Roche
Roshan.
dropped the hammer, but it wasn't in time.
I was like, why are they bottom on Talon, right? There's only top racks remaining, but could have been a kill.
Could have. Almost.
I guess
they've
they
been
want-
prioritizing that a lot. That's been part of what's kind of kept this team down, actually, is making sure that there's never a chance to get that gold. Even if you're expending time, you could be getting the racks.
They also want this Abyssal on Mikoto. It's very close, and as soon as they have that, I don't see them waiting any longer. Or at least they shouldn't.
And there's the supports feel pretty free. Monkey King feels free. Abba certainly feels free. There's just no vulnerable hero right now on Talon.
Yeah, even the Rasta, killing him is going to be hard at this point.
Yeah. Poor Vitali. Gonna try to step up here. He does not want to be seeing red right now. I'll tell you that. He is probably very sad about that.
Yeah,
Looks like this Rax could fall. They already got the tower. This will be Megas. Vitali is trying to step forward, but the snakes will do the job. Even they don't have to commit. The Wukong's is cool. They finally cleared the creeps out, but that's going to be... Oh, no. The Jakiro just falls. He's going to have to buy back into this one.
You got to do something soon if you're Edge.
Yeah, 23. I mean, he just takes it.
That's the Megas.
Yep. And a jump forward again. They get right on top of the bristleback. Ice Path won't save him. He's going to buy back into this one. The Wheel of Wonder going to hit the Ricky, but he's able to force that away. But then back in. He just gets back and forth, back and forth. Maybe he can jump away from this one. Just barely. It was already 2 buybacks. And Vitaly is trying to get something done on the other side, but the Monkey King, he just grunts through everybody. He'll find a support pick off and can come back right into his team where Pippi is in danger, zipping across the map. They don't have the juice, and now they've left this bristleback all by himself. He already bought back. He may take the Aegis, yes. But he's coming right on back on 23 Savage, and they may look to end this one here.
Got the nullifier.
Dip through. It is. They'll get 1 kill, and with the AoE Vortex, they get some extra help. But the nullifier, it's a rampage from Makoto. I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet, because this guy is just unkillable.
He's gonna have to do everything here together with Pyke. But
He is. Force staff away is nice. Once again, Pyke having to just kite this one out. The blind light is cool, but he's still silenced up on the Storm Spirit. The cloud down, but the evasion isn't enough. Another kill for him. GG. Edge get worked in game 2, and that's gonna be Talon.